Radio. Give us a little bit of background on you, my friend.
Well, thank you, James, for having me on the show. Yes, I will. And everybody, hi, my name is Dawn Crystal, and I'm globally known as a voice sound energy healer. And a lot of people wonder what that is, but I think I'm the only one in the world that does what I do. So what is voice sound healing, James? It's basically what I do, and I call it a divine gift, and I've been sharing it for many, many years, over 20 years globally. And voice sound healing, the way I do it is I have an ability to bring frequency to people who feel that I'm the right person, because I'm bringing a natural alternative to releasing pain in the body, and I do it with my sounds that comes through my voice, which are really frequency. And what does it basically do? Well, it's almost like my sounds are like liquid Drano in the sink or your drain. I can basically see blockage in the body of anybody I work with, and most of my clients are by phone or Skype. And I basically can move energy rapidly through the channels of the body, or the energy meridians of the body. And basically where we have blockage in the body is in the energy systems. So by my ability to move energy rapidly and getting the blockage, I can get the blockage going, and your body starts flowing naturally with your life force energy, which we call our chi. The Chinese call it chi, but it's actually energy. Really helps eliminate pain. Now, I do work deeper beyond just moving energy through the body. I do have the ability to also clear and tune into unconscious blockage, which can cause pain in the body as well. So I do have the ability beyond just moving energy through the body. So I can really help people release emotional pain as well. So I do work with adults, and I do work also with children, and also pets, believe it or not. People send their pets to me with issues, as well as children. Children are really one of my specialties, because I can help children with anxiety issues with my sounds. My sounds that come through my voice can actually help soothe children and help them ground. I call it grounding their energy, or their life force energy, into their bodies. I find that a lot of children, especially these days now, are not knowing how to ground their energy. They're too much in their head with their, that's just kind of society with electronics and cell phones and everything. So my job is to kind of get everybody's energy in the body and grounding our life force energy down to our feet. So it really brings more clarity in your mind, and really helps your body relax more and keep you more peaceful. And that's a very simple concept, but not many people can do that naturally. And we're talking a natural, James, a natural alternative to taking any type of drugs or anything, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I try to bring in a natural alternative to the world, to say there's other ways to heal beyond taking Western medicine. It's fine with that as well. I can be a complement to what you're doing as well. I also work with adults with the same issues of anxiety and sleep disorders with my sounds. Again, I find even adults have the same issues that children have, is that they're not really always grounded in I call it in your bodies. A lot of times our minds and everything is so busy that we don't really think about, we're not really in our bodies. So what happens is it really causes a lot of chaos and a lot of anxiety that we're feeling within ourselves. And I just have the ability to do that for people. I also help people with chronic migraines. I have people who come to me with migraine headaches. And I can really help, a lot of people hold a lot of energy, James, above their head, which I noticed it's kind of, I call it like a cloud of energy. And my sounds can actually go and clear out the upper chakras of the body, which are really, I call it the crown chakra, which is above your head. And people immediately can feel a difference. I do have, my sounds are a very high frequency. I call it divine energy. So I do have people who have had surgery and stuff like that, and also brain surgery. So I can really accelerate the healing for people even after surgery. How do I do that? Even for any part of the body, including the brain, is my sounds, again, clear out energy, or I call it inflammation. I can do that very easily with my sounds. And I also can clear out and help the body start healing faster, so I can help really move out the scar tissue and inflammation in the body anywhere. And that's just a way to basically get your body to, I would say, heal itself faster and naturally. It's all about natural healing here. So I can help people with that. One of my specialties that I do, which I really enjoy sharing, is I can help people with, a lot of people come to me with TMJ or teeth pain and issues. So with my gifts that I can do, I can really, since not a lot of people can move energy through the jaw and the cheeks and the teeth, I can actually move energy, especially after surgeries if people have had dental work. I can move energy rapidly through the jaws and the teeth and get the energy flowing. I call it the life force energy, and get rid of the blockage. And we're talking, my sessions don't go beyond 30 minutes working with anybody. And like I said, most of my work is by phone, which is amazing, and it's very miraculous. So with doing all that, I also have people who come to me with chronic back issues and neck stiffness is really one of my specialties. I can help people alleviate that really fast. And another joint issues are really another popular one that I really help assist people with. And I also help people with knee problems. I have a lot of people who have knee surgeries who come to me afterwards, just to kind of get the inflammation and the scar tissue and getting the energy moving through the knee area, so your body can heal itself. Basically, what I do is kind of set up the body so your body can kind of take over and heal yourself naturally. So it's almost like I'm empowering you by doing my sounds to help you heal yourself faster. And it's amazing, my testimonials that I receive pretty much almost every day from people I've worked with all over the world of their miraculous healings and what happens. And I'm very humbled by that I can actually help people globally and share my gifts. And I do it, like I said, mainly over the airwaves, which is really, really unbelievable. So how does that sound, James?
Yes, indeed. We've got a great guest with us today joining us here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy, BGE Radio out of Atlanta, GA. Dawn Crystal with us today. She joins us here on Skype audio, pain release expert, also a sound energy healer, and she has a fantastic book, Pain Free, Made Crystal Clear. She's with us today here on our big program. Now, talk to us a little bit about how we discover how... kind of tell us about sound frequency and how this can heal aches, pains, and basically do this only in a matter of mere minutes.
Well, as I mentioned, James, if someone's just tuning in, that my sounds are almost like, if you could imagine, liquid Drano that you pour in the sink to unclog a drain.
Yes,
well,
indeed.
my sounds are almost like that. I basically... can tune into somebody, whoever's I'm talking to, if it's in person or by phone, and they tell me what the problem is. And so I have an ability beyond my sound is to see the blockage in the body. I actually, when I'm working with somebody, I actually see people's blockages, and then from there, I know what frequency. It's mainly a frequency, even though it comes through my voice as a sound. It's actually a frequency I know to give to that area of their body, and by doing so, it just eliminates the energy or the blockage, I call it, within minutes. Okay, we're not talking hours. I do have clients with chronic problems and surgeries, and sometimes they do have more than one session. But I can tell you, a 30-minute session is all I work if you have miraculous results. And like I said, if anything, I speed dial your body to heal itself quicker, which is really miraculous. And I do have a lot of medical professionals that find me too as well. I was just in New York City at a conference. And I was working on pain doctors with their pain issues as well. I was working on one pain doctor who had a TMJ, so I helped her, and she was a pain doctor. I helped her with her own personal issues, just working on her for about a 15-minute session and helped her with something that was chronic. And I do have sports athletes. I have a few professionals. I'll keep it discreet on who they are, who come to me that are very that make a lot of money per year to be in professional sports. And I work on their bodies after, in between seasons, or if they have an injury, to get their body healing quicker so they can get back on the playing field and get out there and do what they do best, which is entertain all of us on the radio or TV, but also they make lots of money doing it. And that's really important that they have their bodies up to perfect, health for themselves. So I work beyond I work with anybody, really. And now in these time of day, this age, more and more people are really opening up to natural ways to healing because they've maybe tried everything out there and unfortunately nothing has worked for them. So a lot of people will just find me from word of mouth. Now, I've been out here over 20 years doing what I do, and I have a pretty good reputation, and I'm pretty much known all over the internet as well, my social media and stuff, and just people talking about what I'm doing. So it's just, I like to just say I have a natural ability or a gift, and I'm sharing it with those who are open and ready to try something new that actually I confidently would say that it actually works. And that's pretty much it.
We've got a great guest with us today. Dawn Crystal joins us. She's a pain release expert, sound energy healer. She's also the author of Pain Free Made Crystal Clear, and she joins us today here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy, BGE Radio out of Atlanta, GA, and she joins us today here on the big broadcast. Also, check out her website, DawnCrystalHealing.com. That's DawnCrystalHealing.com. Now, let's talk a little bit about your book. Why did you decide to write this book?
Well, I decided to write the book because number one, I have wonderful stories in there of different situations of people coming to me over the years of chronic issues. And these stories are real and true. And I go into how I, basically went and helped with each person. So there's a lot of wisdom in my book that just lets people know there's all different ways to heal. And I kind of give things that people could do in their own lives, which is really good. I give some tips in my book, which are really important. How to keep your bodies healthy, and certain exercises and things you can do very simply every day, which is because I know people don't have a lot of time in their lives, as we all are busy. So I give simple exercises you can do every day to keep your body healthy and fluid. Keep your energy systems of your body moving, because it's all about, we have to keep ourselves in movement, and a lot of people just, don't have time to exercise. So I have simple like meditations and actually some exercises you can do that you don't even have to be in good shape to do, that actually really work and keep your body also healthy. But I have a lot of testimonials in there, and I also have a lot of the radio shows of people and callers that have called in, and actually I've worked with them on the air live. And I worked with a lot of callers and helped them with their chronic pain issues within a few minutes of being on the live calls. And that's a lot of my shows that I do. I do live radio shows and have people call in, and I work on them as they're telling me what's wrong with them. So that's a lot of it there, too, and a lot of good wisdom. And it's just good information, and it's really, the book is really just enlightening to let people know. It's like almost like a breath of fresh air to say, wow, there's actually something out there that actually works. And you might not know everybody who does it the way I do, but it's really, I've been really well received and very blessed and loved by many people, just thanking me for really bringing my gift to the world to share with others. And the main thing is that people need to know it actually really does work if you're open to receive something that's natural. So, I can't offer anything better than that, James. So I'm very happy to offer that today.
We've got Dawn Crystal with us today. Pain Free Made Crystal Clear. It is an absolutely, absolutely amazing book. Dawn is a voice-recognized sound energy healer, and she joins us today here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy. And her website, DawnCrystalHealing.com. She joins us today here on Skype Audio to discuss this incredible, incredible book. Now, what elements did you draw upon to develop this book?
Okay, well, I have a lot of scientific research in there, too, which is kind of interesting before I go into each chapter. So people who are, wanting, some kind of scientific proof, there is actually, I incorporated that in my book. So each chapter will go into the scientific part of it, and then I go into what I do. So it gives people a synopsis of, of how I work. And, it's, again, I let people know it's a gift, okay? So, again, all I can say is if you're open, which I find more and more people really becoming open, because they've really tried every measure out there in the world, and they've probably taken every drug and medicine, and that's fine if they do that. I'm not saying anything against that, because I'm just an alternative to that. But if you've pretty much tried and you've been in chronic pain for many years and you've tried everything, why not? I'm pretty reasonable anyway, what I do. Most of my work's even free when I do the radio shows, and I'm getting people out of chronic pain these people have been in pain for many years, and they have a two minute session with me on the radio. I'm not going to say it happens for everybody, but it does happen a lot. So, very good information in the book. It's enlightening, and it lets people know. I think it's just opening up the world to a new way of being and a new way of being healthy. And like I said, there's very good information in there also to help people heal themselves. So I have it's really just it's just perfect. I think it's just perfect to really really bring people into the new era of healing, which is the future of natural holistic medicine. So that's pretty much it, James.
Fantastic. We've got Dawn Crystal with us today. She's a pain release expert. She's also a sound energy healer, and she joins us live. Her website is DawnCrystalHealing.com. That's DawnCrystalHealing.com. Also find her on Facebook as well, and she joins us today talking about her incredible book, Pain Free, Made Crystal Clear. She joins us today here on Skype audio, here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy, the BGE Radio Network out of Atlanta, GA. Now, what kind of reactions have you been getting to the book so far?
Oh, it's been wonderful. I have a lot of people who are just I have my clients, or you want to call it people who have worked with me, that are very supportive of what I'm doing. So, there's a lot of people who wanted to see a book. I've been doing audio programs for years. So basically I have, on top of the book, I have a Get Out of Pain program on my website that people actually listen to MP3s of me making sound, and that's what was out before my book. And I've had people have miraculous healings just listening to the MP3s, and I think they're only like 15 minutes long each, because I don't do anything that really takes a lot of time. Reason for it is I know that most people in our busy everyday life don't really have the time to spend 2 hours healing. So everything I do is pretty much condensed in a very short period of time, but very potent, and they actually work. So that's where I started, was with most of my audios that are on my website, and then I was actually, I call it inner guidance, or whatever you want to say, to actually get my book out to the world, just in case people aren't really open to listening to my audios. They can read about more what I do, and it's very fascinating. And like I said, most of my stories are very interesting.
We've got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy.
Let people know and offer what I'm doing.
Yes. Dawn Crystal is with us. DawnCrystalHealing.com is the official website. Check out DawnCrystalHealing.com. She's also on Facebook as well, Dawn Crystal Healing. And she's a pain-free expert. She has a fantastic book. It's called Pain Free, Made Crystal Clear. And she's with us today here on BGE out of Atlanta, GA, to talk about this book and some of the different things going on with the book. Now, give us the profile of the typical reader who's going to love your book.
That's pretty much. I mean, I work with people from, like I said, very young ages, which could be, which are children. I work with pets, and I work with people up, and I'm just going to say up to their 80s, mid 80s. So I think it's really anybody. I think it's for anybody who is open-minded. Okay, if you're closed-minded and you just don't really want to believe or whatever you want to do, because it's not really believing, but it's just not open, then of course I think the book would be enlightening for you to at least read about it. It would be interesting. But most people who would be reading it would be like I said in the beginning, it would be more or less people who have tried everything out there and really haven't received a relief or succeeded in their healing, their journey. So, just to kind of enlighten people to know there is other ways out there, is actually a breath of fresh air for people who have been in chronic, agonizing pain, maybe for years or maybe just in a short period of time. It doesn't matter. It could even be from pain that is just something that just occurred. And it could be from pain that you don't even know where it's coming from. So that's why I was mentioning before that I can also work with your unconscious part of our being that sometimes maybe we're not conscious of where this pain comes from. But either way, it's what I'm doing is pretty remarkable and miraculous. And, more and more people are, like I said, globally, it's amazing how many people I reach now are really open right now. So I wouldn't say that was like that maybe 10 years ago, but it is now. So, I just tell people, if you're curious, the book is really reasonable. Check it out and see what you think.
Fantastic. It is Dawn Crystal. She's with us today. She's a pain release expert. She's also a sound energy healer. Her website is DawnCrystalHealing.com. She joins us today on Skype audio to discuss this incredible book. Now, why do you think that this book will appeal to readers?
Oh, Because it's new. I mean, I don't know. I really find that what I'm doing is really not, well, I think it's new because it's the way I do it. It's new because I don't know anybody else who does it the way I do it. So that's number one. And number two, I think it's just the time and era. I mean, everybody these days, I mean, they're becoming conscious. I mean, conscious eating. I know more and more people are becoming more conscious about what they're putting in their bodies. You know, if they're eating natural foods or eating more more organic foods. So this is all in line with what's going on in our world now. Really, just taking care of ourselves and really, helping ourselves live longer, healthier lives. And anything we can do to contribute to us living a longer, happier, healthy life, I think it's beautiful, and I believe I feel that I'm part of that right now of what's going on, the movement that's going on with all people really eating and taking care of themselves more. And I just couldn't bring this out at a better time. So I kind of feel it's just a good time for people to really see that there's even more out there that may not make logical sense to a lot of people who are really logical about everything, but there's a lot more people who are, and they're still like, I have tried everything and nothing has worked for me, so I will, they're like, a lot of people are like, I will just try it, and I am open because a lot of people have been in pain for years and they try my work, even listening to my MP3s, and it's amazing how I get testimonials just every day about people who have had really great results, and I'm pretty humbled by that and very, just very grateful for what I'm doing and offering it to the world, my gift.
We've got...
So, thanks, I really appreciate hearing that.
Yes, indeed. We've got Dawn Crystal with us today, pain release expert, sound energy healer. And she joins us today here on the broadcast. Tell us how you got into the world of sound energy healing. Give us some details.
Well, it's a long story, and I'll make it very short since we're on very... it's a gift that found me many years ago, guys, so it's not like something I took a class for, and I'm proud to say that, because I really feel if you're true to what you do, it's something that's within you that's natural, as we all are here on this planet, and we all have our own individual gifts to share with the world. Some of ours are maybe not so understandable, such as mine, but we all have a gift to share with the world and help others. So my gift came to me when I was I had a very hard life growing up. So my gift came to me when I was really needing healing myself because of the fact that when I was growing up in this life, I was actually very abused in all ways, and all kinds of abuse I grew up with. So when I was at my lowest time, that's where my voice used to come through me many years ago when I was a young adult, and I started healing myself with my sound. Of course, from there, I didn't know what I was doing back then when I was healing my own traumas and my own life because I had a history of being, from my family growing up, very, very severe abuse. And I had to heal my own body, and that's really where the sound came from. It wasn't here to help anybody else. My sound just started coming through my voice to start healing me, and I noticed it right away, like, wow, I'm actually starting to feel better. And then from there, I learned over the years how to, I call it channel the energy, to know how to use the energy. It wasn't like I began knowing how to use the sound. I didn't even know where it was coming from, except I really call it the sound coming from my heart. And whatever the case is, my heart or not, I started learning how to use the sound to channel into certain areas of the body, and that's how I learned how to work on me, because I had many injuries for many years. I did not. I went through a lot my growing up stages of my life, and then from there, I just started doing health fairs, and people started. I live in Maui, by the way, everybody. I live in Hawaii, so it's a very small niche over here, and a lot of people here have already been open for many years to natural holistic medicine. So I used to work out of a spa for many years, basically working on people, because I was basically what I'm doing is I'm not really touching people. I'm actually just making sound, and then I can actually blow on the body. So I'm not really. I used to go to a spa and not really be any type of liability for them. So it was just like go in there and do some sound when they weren't busy, and they would have clients come in and they would introduce me as a sound healing therapy or whatever they called it. So that's where I started for many years, and of course I didn't have a website and what I do now, but people started talking about me, asking for my phone number, and the more and more requests of people who worked with me wanted to work with me beyond me just working with them in person. And that's where I grew to doing sound now over the telephone. Most of my clients that are in Europe, I have a lot of clients in Europe and all over the world that I do work by Skype as well. So, yeah, and that's where I started on myself. That's really where I didn't even know I would be touching people all over the world doing what I'm doing, but it just kind of turned into that, and that's the way I look at it. Is I think I'm just totally online. What I'm doing, not trying to do anything, it just kind of worked out like this, and that really shows me that I'm really on track, you know. So, and now today I have a website and all that, and I'm on radio shows all over the world and telesummits. That's where I do most of my work, and on YouTube and all that. So I just kind of live in the moment and keep going with it and get more and more invites on shows. And of course, my book just came out, so really great. I'm grateful. It's just a gift that I'm really enjoying sharing it with those who are really open and ready to receive it.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on Build, Grow, and Enjoy.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, my friend. There she goes. Dawn Crystal. Check out the website, DawnCrystalHealing.com. And Dawn Crystal has a great book, Pain Free, Made Crystal Clear. Today, thanks for coming on Build, Grow, and Enjoy.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, my friend. There she goes. Dawn Crystal. Check out the website, DawnCrystalHealing.com. And Dawn Crystal has a great book, Pain Free, Made Crystal Clear.